500 in the bank, 1200 in the bankroll, the bankroll when the bank close. 500 in the bank, 1200 in the bankroll, the bankroll when the bank close.
All right, welcome back everyone to the Coopercast, the podcast on this channel where we talk about Sly Cooper every year or so. So I have my co-host here with me, Mulatto Sly. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself real quick?
What's up, everyone? What's up? We are back again after 11 months, almost 1 year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Possible, man? It's been a while. How is that possible? 1 year anniversary, and we have a second episode.
I know. I think it's just kind of crazy that over the past, 5 years, we've always came back to do Sly Cooper content. Yeah, we've taken our breaks and stuff like that, but I've always, still been into it. I just find that kind of crazy. I was just going through some of my old videos and some of your old videos. It's been a while since we started this.
Been a while, indeed. What's more funny is every time we make this type of things, there's always people watching, and that is freaking awesome. That is definitely awesome,
Yeah, the same people keep coming back, which is just great. That's like all you can ask for when you're a YouTuber, But
a lot of nostalgia when you look at this game.
Yeah, definitely. 5 years. But we had a lot of ideas with this podcast, at the beginning. Just never really got around to doing more episodes, and of course, you took another break, which is totally understandable. But yeah, there's been a lot been happening with Sly Cooper recently, which is surprising, and I guess it's the perfect time to come back. Yeah, totally. With this
Might
podcast.
as well, yeah. A lot of things have been happening, and pretty much caught us out of the blue.
Yeah, even last
At
time.
least the main one. I think you know which one I'm referring to. The game.
Yeah. I mean, all of it's pretty substantial. Even last time when we came back, it was just to talk about a fan project, and that was big at the time. So,
True.
yeah.
Let's get started with the topic one. What do you think about the Funko?
Oh yeah, the Funko Pop. That's it's really cool. I share an opinion with a lot of people.
Let's get straight to the business, because these people are anxious. The people are anxious. They want to know what's going on, because most people maybe don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Sly Cooper's getting a Funko Pop, which is something that has been talked about quite a bit, which is surprising because it's such a small thing. But I even think that Kevin Miller, the voice actor of Sly Cooper, was really rooting for this about a year or so ago. So it's just crazy to think it's actually happening.
I know. The thing is about these Funko pictures is that I think Ratchet got one, and a lot of Sony products got one, and everyone was asking, "Where's Sly? Where's Sly? Where's Sly?" So
that's what we're always asking.
Actually, I think there's actually a page on their website that you can request the figure you want. So I guess Sly was requested a lot. That's why we finally got it in this case, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I remember when Kevin Miller was, talking about this, I did go on the page and request Sly Cooper, so I guess it wasn't for nothing.
This shows when people care, things happen,
Yeah, I actually just got a notification today that mine was being shipped out. I think it released on the 11th.
Oh, really? You bought one.
Dude, I had to. I mean...
Did you watch Savo's video about his opinion on the Funko?
Dude, I am never not entertained by Kevin Savo. Never not entertained.
Basically,
that was hilarious.
The guy didn't pay rent to buy this crappy dolls.
When he started talking about a Sly Cooper dildo, that's when I lost it. I was like, this is amazing.
He was referring to Thieves in Time, I'd say, no? I think it was Thieves in Time, basically.
He was just talking about Sly Cooper merchandise and how we're always teased
Overall,
with that.
no?
And then, that with the Ratchet and Clank thing, which we'll get to. It's funny. But, I totally respect his passion for the series. And, he's making Deceit of Thieves. So, shit, I mean, this guy has a lot of passion for the series.
He's a realist.
Not a Sly Cooper extremist.
True. But the thing is, people might think he's a bit harsh, but at the same time he has some points, because we're all tired of Easter eggs. We don't want more Easter eggs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Funko Pop is nice. Of course, I would rather have a Sly Cooper game, but I'm kind of
No,
taking
no,
all
the
that I
Funko
could
Pop
get.
is great. The Funko Pop is great. It's merchandise, and I'm gonna be honest. Apart from this Funko, when was the last merchandise we got? So
Shit,
makes sense, you know.
yeah,
It's recognition. It's recognition.
I think it was like the Stubbins, and that was like in 2017. Dang.
It's been a while.
And then we have the other statue coming out here relatively soon. It's been pushed back and pushed back. The new gaming head statue. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. You can put a video here on the screen later on.
Yeah, there's a Sly Cooper statue coming out. It's gonna be like $300 or something. A really high quality statue that Gaming Heads
You
is
mean
making.
like the ones they had before?
Yeah, it's a new one. Although it was supposed to come out in 2019, but it keeps being pushed back for many different reasons.
I'd say it's a pandemic, no?
Yeah,
Probably.
that plus
You know how
when
that's the excuse for everything.
yeah, also when they announced it initially, there was a lot of complaints against the design because it was supposed to be a Sly 3 statue, and they're using the Thieves in Time design, so that just didn't make any sense. So they had to go back and fix it and turn it into a Sly 1 statue. I don't know how you make that mistake.
Oh boy. But looking at this Funko, what do you think of the Funko? I really like the creativity they used. It's basically jumping and pressing the circle button. He's on a stat. He's on a what?
You know I don't like that, right?
Eiffel Tower?
I don't know.
You're
just
against it.
Yeah, just some sort of point. I do like the creativity though, because he could have just been like any other Funko Pop and just be standing there in just a normal stance.
Yeah,
But
I really like the creativity they use here.
yeah, they went the extra mile and
Good to see, good to see.
yeah, and I haven't seen the Ratchet and Clank one in a while. I know that one's really hard to get. It's really expensive.
I don't know the prices of these things. I just know that I'm not lucky collecting any of these things because shipping is just awful. You're lucky because you are in the US, but for us in Europe, oh, it's awful.
Oh yeah, I didn't really think about that. Yeah, I think it's like
Awful, my friend.
$11, but the Ratchet and Clank one is expensive because, they're done making it and everybody who's already bought it is selling it for a lot more because a lot of people want it.
True. So, let's go to the second topic of the video. The game. What do you think?
It's cool. When originally those tweets were coming out about Sly Cooper and Rift Apart, I thought that maybe it'd be a little bit more than it was, but it was still pretty cool. Sly Cooper's making a small cameo in Rift Apart, but I honestly didn't really like the design that they used in it.
Really? You didn't? It looks great on the PS5.
I know they were going for like the blocky PS2 style. I just think it looks a little strange. I thought Bentley looked good, but Sly just looked strange. He didn't even look like he did in the games. And maybe it's just like
He looks fat. He looks fat.
Yes, that's it. Okay, I didn't. You put it
I
perfectly in
noticed it a
words.
bit, yeah. I noticed it a bit. It looks a bit fat.
I just thought they could have. I mean, I'd done a little bit more considering they were recreating a PS2
But overall,
model.
the boy is polished. Overall, he's polished.
Hey, I'm not gonna complain
gotta
too much.
admit,
He's on the
he's polished.
PS5 in some way, shape, or form. Sly Cooper's on the
He looks
PS5.
polished.
Yeah, and then I
I
think
really like the van. Did you check the van?
yeah, the van looks cool. I mean, that looks pretty accurate, I'd say.
But before all of the cameo happened, and I think everyone watching this will have the same opinion, the picture that they tweeted, that was a punch in the balls, I'd say, no?
I don't know because they also released a bunch of tweets about other series, so I didn't really go crazy about it. I know a lot of people did, but at the same time that they released a Sly one, there was like a Horizon Zero Dawn one, and I was like, if there's even one more about a different series, then it's probably nothing substantial. Although I know a lot of people who would just see that one tweet, maybe somebody else retweeted it and they'd go crazy. But I did some digging through Insomniac's Twitter page just to be sure it wasn't just Sly, and it wasn't. So,
Okay, but were all the other things making a cameo in Rift Apart? Or was it only Sly?
Yeah, there was I think a Horizon Zero Dawn. Jack and Daxter was also made a cameo. Nathan Drake from Uncharted, and maybe there's another one. I'm not sure, but I know all of those made an appearance.
Well, it's good to see that they care, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I know
good to
that
know.
Insomniac and Sucker Punch have a lot of respect for each other. They're always making little tweets and stuff like that. Because they both had like PS2 mascots, and I guess they work relatively close together. But it's really
Yeah,
cool
they
whenever
were hits.
Insomniac says something about Sly Cooper.
Actually, I think that's how I found Sly Cooper. It was a demo on a Ratchet and Clank game.
Oh
I think
yeah,
that's how I found it. Yeah, Sly Band of Thieves. I think there was a like a small demo on one of the Ratchet and Clank games. I don't remember which one, but there was definitely somewhere there.
I think it was the second one.
Maybe, maybe.
I don't know. I don't have those games on the
Oh, no.
PS2. I have them on the PS3, but I think that's what it
But
was.
but one question for you or for anyone that is watching this: can't Insomniac pick the IP and make a game? They can't do it,
Um,
or they can, but it's complicated, or they
it,
just don't want to.
Well, the thing is that anybody can make a new Sly Cooper game. Sony, if they want a new Sly Cooper game, they'll go and find someone to make a new Sly Cooper game. Now, Sanzaro came
Hmm.
to Sony, and they wanted to make it, and that's how that happened. Thieves in Time happened, but if Sony wants a new Sly Cooper game, they can go to anybody. Um, a lot of people look to Insomniac because they make Ratchet and Clank, and that's like a similar series. But at the end of the day, literally anybody can make it. So I wouldn't, have any hopes for them making a Sly Cooper game. Plus, they're very busy with other stuff that they make as well.
They made Spider-Man as well. No, they launched two games.
Yeah, they've been going crazy recently.
All right. I see what you mean. Well, but I think the case of Sanzaro was different because they were responsible for the trilogy.
Yeah, well, if I recount the story
So
correctly, they
they got
wanted to make a
they
new.
got clout, let's say, no?
Yeah, they wanted to make a new Sly Cooper game, so they came to Sony with this pitch, and I might as well like segue into it right now. They came to Sony with a pitch. They're like, "Hey, here's some ideas we have for a new Sly Cooper game. Is it okay? Can we have the green light? Can we have the funding?" And they basically said no. First, make a collection of the PS2 games, put them on the PS3. If that does well, then sure, you can make another Sly Cooper game. And the collection did well, so they made Thieves in Time. But something just surfaced, and I know you're aware of this, where that
Hmm.
pitch that Sanzarov has been talking about for years, they've mentioned it in so many interviews and everything, has finally surfaced, and we can finally see what they showed to Sony.
Okay. But this pitch we're about to show, and if you can clarify this, it is not Thieves in Time.
It's not. Originally, well, this was their first idea for a name, which was Sly Cooper for, I think, Time Bandits. That was their original subtitle, which I gotta say, I think Thieves in Time is a lot better.
Yeah, you
uh,
think so?
yeah, Sly 2 and 3 had the word thief or thieves in it. Well, actually, Sly 1 did as well. Thievius Raccoonus, Band of Thieves,
Hmm.
Honor Among Thieves. To have the
Hmm.
title as Time Bandits just isn't really fitting, to me at least.
Maybe that could be the name of the rival gang, but not the name of the game.
Yeah, I have no idea. But they had a lot of ideas back then, and what we saw throughout this pitch is that this isn't Thieves in Time. This is their idea for a sort of different game, and then once they got the go ahead to make Thieves in Time, they changed a lot of it. This was just the initial idea. They didn't have like any of the original locations planned out, or I don't know. It's kind of weird because you don't want to look at this as a separate game, but it's not
Hmm.
really Thieves in Time at the same time.
Yeah, but if you look at the photos, and I'm sending everything in the chat to you, the game looks essentially like Side 4, basically. I think they
Yeah,
got the same ideas.
yeah. They ran with a lot of the initial ideas that they did have, like the health meter. That looks pretty much the same in Thieves in Time. They knew exactly what they wanted to do with that, in terms of like making it more modern, I'd say. Um, and it looks pretty good in this demo. Even you got to remember this: when they made this pitch, they still didn't have permission to make the game. They were just taking money out of their own pockets to make a demo or different playable stuff to show Sony before they even had
Before
the green light.
before all of this, what games did Sanzaro had in their name? Not many, I'd say, no?
I don't think so. I know that they made Secret Agent Clank for the PSP, which was later
Oh
ported to the
god.
PS2.
Oh god.
We-
We all know how that went.
I personally haven't played it, but I've heard some things.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got the photos you sent me, and it looks like they did have an idea for a Japan level.
Yeah, that straight up looks copy paste, you know?
Yeah, this is kind of interesting as well. I see right here in the third screenshot that you can see the Cooper van. It's in like a hole. They're trying to
Yeah.
hide it, obviously, sort of like what they did in, in Sly 2 and 3, and that seems to be the hideout. Because you can see the Sly icon right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Press the circle button, you go into the hideout. So it makes me think maybe they wanted the Cooper van to be like the official hideout throughout the
Yeah,
entire
instead
game.
of a random cave. Yeah, instead of a random cave.
Yeah, because I do remember that one of their big things during this pitch is that they said they really wanted to focus on customizing your hideouts or the hideout. So I can't really see that carrying over from level to level if they had different hideouts in this version of the game. But one of their big focuses was customizing your hideout with upgrades and things you would find around the levels. So maybe there was just supposed to be this one central hideout throughout the entire game, that being the Cooper van.
Okay, I think I have here actually one picture regarding that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah, you're right. It's here. Let me send you here in the chat. It says there, player hideout. Customize your character, personalize your hideout, create a upgrade your hazard room.
Yep.
That
yeah,
was
that's it.
the page. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it doesn't outright say it because we don't have anybody from Sinzar to confirm this, but that would have been interesting because in each Sly Cooper game, except for the first one, each hideout in every level was different.
True.
So to have like one throughout the entire game would have been different and pretty interesting.
I like the idea of customizing your character. What they mean by this, like, basically you have a disguise.
I do remember in
change
Thieves
the
in Time,
colors?
you could collect those masks and get different costumes. So maybe that's like
But
the
the
dumbed down
mask-
version.
Yeah, but the mask is not really. I don't know. You can't really play properly with the mask, I think.
Yeah.
It was kind of awkward walking with the wolf costume or the jailbird.
Yeah, they definitely went for more like a Sly 3, costume idea there instead of really personalizing it or customizing your character.
Exactly.
What I realized in this pitch is that they had so many like crazy ideas that they never got to.
One thing that I really, really liked and they didn't go with it is other players' hideouts. Basically, break into other players' hideouts. I mean, when they say this, I think they're referring to multiplayer.
Yeah, they did have multiplayer ideas for this game.
That would be so awesome. Why they scrap the idea?
Obviously, I don't know, but I do remember that they had an idea for horseshoe mode, where the game would play like it was in Sly 1, where you'd have one hit point, and then you can collect horseshoes to gain extra hit points before you die. And they said that they cut that out due to time constraints. I'd imagine it was a very similar situation where they couldn't get to a lot of things that they wanted to. I remember also due to time constraints and different limitations with the Vita, they couldn't get to the last episode of the game, which was Egypt.
Yeah, that was the excuse.
Yeah, like there's a lot of ideas that they had, including multiplayer and being able to create your own hazard rooms. If you remember hazard rooms from Sly 3, where you would challenge people online to break
training.
into.
That would be cool. That would be so cool. But it's so awkward, because I'll give you a perfect example. During this lockdown, I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! the mobile game. And the game itself, actually, let me give you another example. Do you know the ad that normally pops up? It's called Hero Wars or some random game about some random heroes on Facebook.
I see a lot of those.
Yeah, a lot of those. That game is so boring and so simple, but because of lockdown and basically I only had the phone with me, I
Mm.
installed the game. And the game is so boring, doesn't have anything to do with the game, very simple. But yes, online. And because you're clapping fools online, you can't leave the game.
Hmm.
Essentially, when a game has online mode, you're more addictive to the game.
I
So
definitely
I
think
really think
Thieves
it
in
was a
Time could
bad
have
idea.
benefited.
Yeah, exactly. Other example, Uncharted. The online mode of Uncharted is not so good, but people still play it a lot.
Yeah, you got more out of it.
Yeah.
I
Or
saw.
even the what's it called? I the GTA.
Oh, GTA Online. Yeah, I mean, I saw the little demo that they had for multiplayer. Not just the Hazard Room one, that was a little bit different, but multiplayer for Thieves in Time, where there'd be two Slys on the screen, which I don't know how I feel about that. That seems a little weird, but that we don't know much about. We just kind of saw it in a video. But I do think the Hazard Room idea they definitely should have done.
Oh. I think instead of having two slides, they could have maybe what's it called? Different characters. Maybe each time you complete a level, you could unlock the boss of that level and just use it online.
Ooh, play as the bosses? Dude, that'd be sick. Play as
As long as
Dimitri,
you,
bro.
yeah, as long as you 100% that episode, you could unlock him for the online functionality. That would be cool.
It's kind of similar to like the Sly 3 one where there's multiplayer. You beat a certain episode, you unlock a new mini game.
Yeah, that's the thing, because that was the idea that Soccer Punch had, because you got to play as Carmelita in Sly 3. So they said, okay, let's give them multiplayer as Carmelita as well. Play against your friend. I'm pretty sure if they went ahead and made the Sly 4 for the PS4, I think they will include the multiplayer functionality.
I sure hope so. Oh, this was another thing that I noticed. All the footage that we've seen is for the PS Vita. Like everything,
Yes,
including the
yes.
level editor or the hazard room maker. All of it is Vita, which got me thinking that this pitch was just for the Vita, not for the PS3.
You think so?
Yeah, well, considering that a level editor on the PS3 would be hard to do, and also because what we saw of the level editor, they were using a touchscreen, makes me think that their initial pitch was just to do a Vita game. Like I said, that's not
But
confirmed, but I definitely think that could have been it. Plus, a lot of the
yeah,
stuff
but
that they're showing here,
you can.
including the Bentley hacking minigame where you roll the ball,
Yeah,
a lot of this. Oh, and the Murray segment where Murray is driving a monster truck is also controlled with motion controls.
I really like that idea.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Everything is
It's
like,
basically before the game started.
yeah, that wasn't even seen in the slightest in Thieves in Time. But
So much potential. I think they really, I don't know, maybe they could have made it the episodes shorter, or heck, even remove the whole Penelope episode. I
you
don't
know,
think
I'd
it.
love for
Oh
them to
no.
do that.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me be honest. You can keep Penelope. I don't mind Penelope, but maybe remove the Bob episodes. Maybe it was a bit unnecessary. The whole Ice Age thing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that whole episode wasn't even really that fun.
Oh, I just remember. I just have flashbacks about the Murray coaching. Basically, he trained Bob, and then because he couldn't do a thing, he was dismotivated. But then he got motivated again, and then was like nothing happened.
That's
Oh
Thieves in
gosh.
Time for you, my dude.
Just a brain fart, either one.
But yeah, the monster truck minigame, the level editor, the ball rolling segment, the safe cracking segment, and the binocucom, all of those, every single one of them was used with motion controls, which is like most of the videos that we saw. So it makes me think this was exclusively a pitch for a PS Vita game.
But when Sly Season Time was released, wasn't it cross playing a thing at the time?
When Thieves in Time was released, it was a PS3 and a PS Vita game.
Yeah, so they used the cross thing, the
Yeah.
cross play thing. Basically, you save your progress.
Yeah, they could have had that in
Oh.
mind, but I have a
Oh, no,
feeling that
no, but
Sony asked them to make it for the PS3 as well.
Oh no, but I know what you mean. This pitch was before Fuse in Time, and this pitch was probably before the trilogy.
Yeah, it was. It was
So we're
probably. I
talking
think it was
about
back in
what,
2009.
2008, 2000, yeah, 8, 9. Oh yeah, so that's understandable. Yeah, maybe they wanted to go for the Vita version because it
Yeah.
was a shorter game, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. And the Vita, I think, released in 2010 or 2011. So what we're seeing here, what they're playing on, isn't even a PS Vita.
A direct sequel, yeah. It's not even a sequel, I'd say. It's just a random game, I think.
Yeah.
Like a big DLC, not even a proper sequel to Side 3, I think.
I have no idea what they were going for. But even here, like I said, the PS Vita wasn't out yet, and what they were playing on in the videos seems to be a development kit, not even an actual PS Vita. So they could have had the idea to make this a launch title for it. I don't know. There's a lot of different things going on here.
To know that at least they had their ideas planned, they didn't jump into something. They really planned.
Yeah, they definitely really wanted to make the game that they ended up making. Like Thieves in Time, they knew from the very beginning what kind of story they wanted to tell.
Could have been a bit better either way.
Either way, it didn't turn out amazing. But the
How
idea
about
was
these scenarios here? Are these part of the pitch as well? I sent you the same photo. Let me show you here these pictures here. Are these part of the game itself? Were they supposed to be cutscenes?
Oh yeah, this is a concept art for it, and I think we've seen some of this already. In this pitch that was just dropped on us randomly, some of this we had already seen. Some of the concept art. So you can see an Egypt level, you can see Japan, you can see I think that's the crashed blimp from the last episode. But we also see a couple of other things that weren't in the final game, like a Dracula level and a swamp level, which we saw, I think, the bosses for, or like enemies for, and some of the concept art that was dropped. So they had ideas for levels that never made it into the final game, and some of them did.
How many pictures are here? 6 pictures.
Yeah. I think we'd already seen like 3 of them.
How many episodes did we had in Fuse in Time? Was Japan, US, and then was
I think we
Bob?
had 5 full episodes, and then we had one small one because you had the mission at the beginning and then the mission at the end of the game in Paris.
That's the same one, is Paris. So 6, yeah, in total.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see anything here resembling Paris at all.
Yeah, this was definitely very early on before they knew, exactly what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And something
I
that
really like the Dracula one. Looks cool.
the which one?
The Dracula.
Yeah, especially because I think we see a little bit of that Dracula level in the Murray Racing Monster Trucks minigame.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think he's in like a graveyard or something. You can kind of see that there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it. I see it now.
And
So cool,
yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. Like a Sly Cooper level that never happened.
Wait, I think actually here in this pitch they left a photo of the boss. Yeah, I think it was this guy.
Yeah, there's Dracula.
I don't know, the art just looks so Sly Cooper.
Yeah, I will say that's what Thieves in Time and Sinzaro got right was the art style of Sly Cooper.
Yeah, they don't run from the origins. It really looks like the Sly Cooper type art, like this cartoony, so cool, like comic style.
I love it. Do you remember back in 2011 when the game was first announced, and they had that model of Sly that looked just terrible
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
with
I
like
know.
the white cane and stuff? What I noticed is that in this 2009 like pitch, before they even had permission to make the game, the Sly Cooper model looked better than it did in that demo in
You think
2011.
so?
Yeah, I'm talking about if you look at the first three screenshots that you sent me, you
Mm-hmm.
can see the model and it looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Yes, but in comparison to the trailer, it doesn't look any good.
Yeah, I do. When some of the gameplay that we see in this pitch, like the multiplayer, yeah, Sly looks very weird and he's definitely not finished when it comes to animations and stuff. But in those photos, he looks really good, which is surprising that they couldn't at least like use that model for the demo in 2011, which just looked atrocious.
I think it's what you said. They were not planning to go for the PS3. I think
Yeah.
that was not their idea.
Yeah, and then I think it was more of Sony's idea and decision to also make it for the PS3. Because for Sony that's just like more money, and Sly Cooper was already a console game.
I found here the photo. It says here 2008
Ooh,
when they
2008.
started doing. Yeah,
That's even earlier
2008.
than I
Yeah.
thought.
No, is what we guessed. 8, 9. Yeah, 8, 9.
Yep.
So basically, that was before the trilogy. The trilogy was 2010.
Yeah. They had told us like over and over and over again that they didn't initially have permission to make Thieves in Time after the pitch, that they had to make the trilogy first. And then in the trilogy, remember there was the cut scene once you completed all the games saying Sly 4 question mark?
It's like their way of begging.
Yeah. I remember when
The trilogy did well. The trilogy actually did well.
yeah, I think it did well. It would have had to for them to get permission to make the game, but I don't remember exactly how well it did.
Well, they got a few sales. I
Yeah,
bought the
they
game
sold
twice,
they sold a
actually.
couple of copies.
I found another picture. I think he's a minion or a boss, maybe, for that swamp level. Looks funny.
I think it looks like the boss is on top of the crocodile, not. You see what I mean? Because he's like kind of controlling the crocodile.
So I'd say he's a minion. That tends to happen a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know.
I think.
There's
Do you
just a lot of
remember
random stuff
Arpeggio's
in
level?
here. Oh yeah.
Arpeggio level. It's basically the same minion, but he's using a robot.
Oh yeah.
So funny.
But this is the kind of stuff I love, where you really just have to speculate on what they were thinking.
From all these pictures, I'd say the ones they were more focused on will be the swamp and the Dracula level.
Yeah, and they knew from the very beginning that they wanted to do Japan for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures of Japan here as well. But there's not even a single photo of a Sly ancestor. So, what was the gig here?
Oh, that
Not
is
go back
true.
in time? Not going back in time, maybe? Just have the random adventure.
Well, I don't know, because considering it is called Time Bandits, I think that they were, but maybe the idea to play as Sly's ancestors they came up with that later on.
I think that was just fan service. Use the ancestors.
Oh
Bit of
yeah,
fan
definitely.
service.
They didn't really do much with the ancestors, but I definitely appreciate them being in there.
Which one was your favorite to play?
Well, to play, it was definitely Tennessee Kid Cooper because he had the gun. That really changed it up.
Mm-hmm.
Although, in terms of like character, I think my favorite was probably Sir Galeth. He was funny.
Yeah, in terms of gameplay, I think I would say Tennessee. For personality, I would say maybe Ryoichi, He looks different if you compare to the other ones. He looks more wise.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I liked Salim, but they used the nerfed version of him.
Oh yeah, like the
Oh,
skinny version, old
yeah.
version. I because
Yeah, they
like
nerfed him.
in the original games, like he was huge, and was younger.
Yeah, they nerfed the guy. Unfair.
Uh, Thieves in Time, you'll never stop fascinating me.
Oh, it's awful. Kill it with fire. Burn it.
uh,
I don't know. We should make just a single episode just discussing this game. If it made a good impact or a bad impact in the community overall.
Bad.
Bad? You think so?
No, it's so hard to tell because I will go back to Thieves in Time, and I will love it, and then I'll go back later and I'll hate it, and it's just a constant back and forth.
A love-hate relationship, essentially.
Yeah, and it's been so long since it came out. Like I'm nostalgic for the game now.
I think it's what, 8 or 9 years, no?
Yeah, 8 years, over 8 years.
Came out 2013, yeah, I think so.
Dude, it's crazy. I
Yeah,
can't
time
believe it.
flies.
I
Time
remember the
flies.
day I went to go buy it because it was such a big thing for me.
Yeah, a game just dropped out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, I knew about it. I remember the day that the game was announced, or at least that they showed the first trailer because I didn't have the collection when it released. I didn't even know the collection existed. So in
Oh, really?
2011, when they released a trailer for Thieves in Time, that was the first time I ever knew that there was another Sly game being made, and I fucking lost it, dude.
The collection actually was nice because apart from the 3 main games, they had some other mini games that you could play with the PlayStation Move controller thing.
Yeah, but those were kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was a dumb kid either way. I would still buy it and play it.
How old were you when Thieves in Time came out?
I think it was basically when I started this channel. I think I was like 17 or 16.
Dang.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. 16, yes.
I think I was like 10 or 11 because
Oh boy.
I'm about to turn 19 in like a couple days. So, dude,
Time
when I
flies.
started this channel, I think I was 13. And
Yeah, 12 or 13, I think, no?
yeah, and then turned 14 like right after I started. Dude, time is crazy.
Look like old people not depressing about time.
I remember actually, that was when like the movie, news was happening and everything, and then I saw you were making. Now I'm just going off topic at this point, but I saw you were making Sly Cooper videos, and so was Vivi, and I was like, damn, I want to do that, and then I did. So
I didn't finish everything that I was planning to do because essentially I was planning to do a Who Is series, which is basically an analysis of every single character.
yeah, I
I
do
still
remember
didn't
that.
finish that. I still didn't finish that.
Hey, look, like we said at the beginning, we always come back. We always come back.
I need closure. I need to finish every single character.
Well, if that's the case, you got your work cut out for you, dude.
Essentially, I need to finish every single top list, and then I need to make a top list of the top lists.
Dude, it's just crazy. I've made at least over 100 Sly Cooper videos, probably over 200.
Really, that many?
Yeah, I was going through my video because on my original channel, the Super Cooper channel, which now
I
is
have 100 as well.
you have 100.
I think so.
I remember.
Does Social Blade tell your videos how many videos you have? Hi, it does. 143. So I
Damn.
think from those, 10 or 20 at least are different videos. So I'd say 110 videos. Just Sly. That's insane.
Yeah, on my old channel, Bass of Force, which is basically dead now, which turned into a Power Ranger channel. I had like when I stopped posting, it was like over 400 videos, and I know that, a good probably half of them were Sly Cooper. So
Really, that many? How do we make so many videos about this?
I don't know because most of our videos are different from the others, and then you got Vivi who has actually. I actually have a playlist saved from Vivi. Let me see. It'll tell me how many videos he's made for Sly Cooper.
I know that from this
175.
175.
Yep, for Vivi. Sly
Wow,
Cooper videos.
that's a lot. Wow, that's a lot. I know from mine 110, at least 20 is gameplay, which is good.
Mhm.
And other 20 is the character analysis. Maybe other 10, 15 is the top 5s, but I don't know what's the rest. Maybe just movies, random speculation, and general opinion, I'd say.
And then I have a few on this channel as well. Yeah. And I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I might take my breaks. I might not be there for a while, but I always come back with a Sly video.
You have the URL Elgato. Why you don't play? Why you don't make gameplay? You used to do some lives.
Yeah. Well, actually, throughout the past year, I've been moving from place to place with a varying
same.
quality of internet. So now I have an Ethernet. So I'm definitely gonna start streaming. Somebody actually just hit me up and told me about this Sly 2 mod, which makes the game extremely difficult. So I'll be playing that live.
Mod. So you're playing on the PC, I assume.
Yeah.
Which game?
Sly 2.
What is the mod about?
It makes the game like extremely difficult and hard.
In what sense? What happens? You only have one hit?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's one of the things. And there was a couple other things that make it really difficult as well. But yeah, you get hit by a guard, like at least half of your health is gone.
So basically, it's playing like Bentley full time.
Yeah, dude, the Bentley missions are gonna be absolute hell.
Oh, I assume. When you play that, give me a shout. I want to see it.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I'll give it an attempt as well. But yeah, Baso, I think we talked everything we had to talk, at least for this second episode.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I know that we've talked and we have a lot more ideas in the future, but if any of you watching right now have any more ideas, let us know. If there's a couple other people we also want to have on the podcast.
Yeah, we were thinking for episode 3 or 4, get some people in and make like another discussion about what's going on and whatnot and their opinion. And again, for episode 3 or 4, we want to get questions of the community and just answer them.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite game? What's your favorite character? Why? Basically, just random questions.
Yeah, we should shoot for episode 4 with that, so we can have enough time to like build up questions. Third one we'll ask again. So yeah, one of them we can just do like a whole Q&A.
Yeah, that's the name I was looking for. Q&A.
Yeah. But this is kind of just like our introduction back. Hopefully in the future, we use more face cam and stuff. But, for now, just wanted to get back into the swing of things. Let you guys were not dead, because after the first episode, I had like at least a lot of people hit me up about the second episode, and also people who wanted to be on. So we have a lot of options.
All right. Yeah, I actually messaged a lot of people on Twitter yesterday. A lot of them are still down to do it. The Safe House.
Oh yeah, the
Blue
Safe
Knight.
House. We
A lot of
definitely.
people.
Oh, Blue Knight, dude. We need to get on this.
Do it.
All right. Well, yeah. If you want to end it there, I think we're all
Let's
good.
end it here, boys. Thank you all for watching this second episode of the Cooper Cast. 1 year anniversary meets second episode.
That's true.
Not gonna happen again. Don't worry.
All right.
Not gonna happen again. Don't worry.
We'll see you guys in 2022. Hope you all hope you all enjoyed. I'll have Mulata Sly's channel in the description below for you guys. I'm sure most of you have already checked it out, but if you haven't, he is another YouTuber that makes Sly Cooper content. So go check him out, and we'll see you all in the next Cooper Cast. Peace.
Peace out.
Young Cavo, raps Grateful Dead. Back to take over the Valley of Bass Heads. A couple hundred and running and rally to chase bread. With a couple bugging the function, the challenge to raise cred. And I know you might have been peeping, this floor it may never weaken. If we ain't did it with Drew, then we might have did it with Deegan. Whiter than most dudes claiming they're Puerto Rican. Flyer than post views, most view and get even. And many a times I wrote a verse like this to let it circle around the block to get a